But I'd like to introduce to you another one of our Isogenics millionaires. Her name is Jessica Johnston. Yeah, give it up out there! Now, Jessica is a mother. Jessica was an investment banker. Now, we know we can make some money in the financial industry, right? Why would anybody leave the financial industry in a great job and somebody who really knows what she's doing to come do this? Well, the secret is in the connected. And that's what she's going to talk to you about today. So please welcome to the stage, Jessica Johnston. Make some noise out there!
Thank you so much. Is there anything you don't know how to do? Is he like multi-talented, really? I've already lost my voice today, you guys, because I've been up here screaming. I actually want to come down because I like, when I talk about connecting, I actually want to connect with some of you, if that's okay. Does that sound good? Yeah. I think we lost a few people, so get out your phone and text whoever is missing and tell them I said to get back here. Jennifer Trinkner. Thank you. Do you love her? I got to spend a week with that woman and her husband in Greece, and it was, how would you even describe it? Oh my gosh. But you know what? It was beautiful, it was amazing, but the people were the best part, really, and we made such a great friendship. She really is the epitome of one team. And what I love about her, guys, is that we have built our business completely different. And we are completely different people. Do you guys agree, for those of you who might know me? We're so different, right, Jennifer? And so she was sweet. She called me this week. She's like, I don't like the stage. What do I say when I go up there? And I sat here saying, you're a millionaire. Whatever comes out of your mouth is going to be beautiful. Do you forget who you are? But we do, don't we? I can't believe they call us millionaires. Because we're just us. Does anybody feel like they're going to make $1 million? Do you guys know Herb Cepeda? He's my neighbor, and he sponsored me. And he would tell you right now that any of you and every one of you, you know, statistically, there's only going to be so many millionaires. He would tell you that any of you can be a millionaire if you don't stop. And who cares if it takes you 5 years, 6 years, 10 years? 10 years from now, you might still be 45 and a millionaire. Are you okay with that? Right. Don't stop. So what Ken said is right. It starts in the connecting. Sue, I want to congratulate you. Guys, no one said it yet. It is really hard to qualify for Team Isogenics. It is tough. It took us 2 years to get an Olympic diver and another bodybuilder performer, figure performer, into that group. So it's very elite, and I applaud you, because that is a big deal. Yeah. And it was nice to hear from you. It's the first time I heard you speak. So Jennifer, thank you for inviting me. You are such a gem, and we are just now starting to build our business, right? And we're doing it together. We're locking arms. I've actually invited her to come speak at our event because she has so much to give. And I'm going to actually pull her out of her little bubble that she's in, her comfortable zone. And I really want to push her to stand up here more, because she's got so much more to give and share, and she's getting in her own way. So I'm going to make you keep talking, okay? Does that sound good? But she's normal, right, guys? She's a human. So let's talk about the first step. Who wants to build a business in here? Can I assume everybody wants to build a business? Heck yeah. Even if you didn't like 30 minutes ago, you want to now, right? I was another one. I was too busy. Does anyone feel like they're too busy? You don't have that excuse with me. And when people tell me that they're too busy, I actually say, then you're perfect. Because you're going to build this really smart. You're going to build it really efficiently, really effectively. I was one of them. 3 kids, 3 businesses, so I was an entrepreneur. I was running 2 gyms. I had another very lucrative seasonal business I was running, and I was introduced to this for health reasons, took it on for health, and then ultimately could not keep it to myself. So I am 3 years symptom-free. from a 17-year health challenge. Is that awesome? When you've suffered for 17 years and you've had some really dramatic health scares and you actually become symptom-free, the first thing you do is think it can't be real. And then you start to doubt more. And then you think maybe it is the product, maybe it is the change of lifestyle, and then you accept that it is. And then you tell everyone else you know because it is the truth. So that's my story. And Isagenix didn't cure or heal me. But I'll tell you, it's pretty close. Okay, so are you nervous about starting to share this? Are you? Are you ready right now to go enroll 12 people? You are. Okay, because you're fired up, right? Are you building your confidence in what we have? Heck yeah. You should feel so confident after this. And every event that you go to, you get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you become more and more invincible. And you become more passionate about what it is that we have. Do not waver your belief that you have right now. And that's how we're going to connect, okay? I want to talk about what connecting is or isn't. This is where it all starts, right? As we begin talking to people. So that slide is not compliant. But Travis is gone, so I left it in. That was me getting rid of all my stuff. You can say I misplaced my medication. I haven't been able to find them for 3 years. Right? So here we go. I got to think about this picture. It always gets a crazy reaction. All right, so let's talk about what connecting is not. Can we start there? Is anybody connecting wrong? Sure. Is anyone... I'm going to go around that speaker. How's that? I did it. Oh, I don't like hearing myself up here. You can... All right, here we go. All right, so who's not connecting well? You guys are all master connectors? You're all doing it right? Okay, do you want to teach it? You want to teach it?
Oh, no, my hand was...
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, let's talk about what connecting is not. So connecting is the start of the process. It's the start of the sharing, right? So let's talk about what it isn't. It's not sales. Have we addressed that yet? We're not in sales, right? Sales might mean that you don't really believe in what you have. Do you believe in what you have? Yeah, are you coming from a place of integrity when you share? Yeah, it's not sales. Okay, what about closing people? Are we closing people? Are you going in for the hard close? I don't even like that word, right? We're not closing people, that's not what it is. Convincing, are we convincing people to join us? We don't have to. If you're convincing somebody, you got the wrong person or you're doing it wrong. As soon as you feel like you're convincing, stop. I give you permission to stop and go to the next person, okay? Becoming weird. Why are you guys getting weird? Are you getting weird? You're becoming weird when you connect. Why are you becoming weird? A few shout outs. You're uncomfortable. What's making you uncomfortable? You're already attached to the outcome before you even started the conversation. Does someone think you're trying to make money off them? Right? Does someone think this is a pyramid scheme? Yes. Is it? That was easy. Right? Okay, insincere. Are we being insincere? No, pouncing. I can't wait to get to that one. Let's go on. Before we start, the most important thing I want you to remember today, for the whole day, you've heard a lot of good stuff, but you can't build a business if you don't share, right? And the most important thing I want you to remember as you connect is that, you like this? Isn't this fun? You've got to remember, my clicker's slow. It's not about you. Isagenix has nothing to do with you when you're talking to people. Who does it have to do with? Does that take the load off? To start a conversation? This isn't about you. You're presenting something to someone, right? It's not about you. So when you start the conversation, you're sharing a solution that can dramatically change a person's life, their quality of life, right? Their health, their finances. That's the share. Every time you talk to someone, approach someone, write someone, text someone, message someone, do a post on Facebook, it's not about you. Doesn't that feel good? Relieve the burden. And then we're looking for the people who want it. Are you spending time on some of the wrong people? We all do that. I still do it. I still do it. Jennifer still does it. Because we want it for them more than they want it for themselves, don't we? Family and friends are the hardest. Wait till you get to your cold market. They're so much more fun. Because you're not connected to what? The outcome, the emotion of it. We're so attached to the emotion of our friends and family, right? Okay, let me keep going here. So are you ready to start connecting today better and do it awesome? I think there's two ways to connect, face-to-face and written. Agree? Okay, so we're either going to run into people face-to-face, or me, really, what's most comfortable is for me to hide behind my computer, my email, my text messages, my private messages, and to send messages. That's more comfortable for me. So I've really had to get outside of that and learn how to connect a lot of different ways. But I want to show you these two ways, and I'm just going to give you some really simple solutions. Okay, when you are face-to-face with someone and you are getting ready to share Isagenix, in the first 5 minutes of a genuine conversation, just a conversation, what are you going to hear? Thank you. You want to say that?
Yeah, why they need it.
They're going to tell you why they need it. What do I mean by that? They're going to tell you a problem in the first 5 minutes. A problem, their problem, probably one of the biggest ones. In a normal conversation, so pay attention after today. In the first 5 minutes of a conversation with someone, conversation, not a sales pitch, conversation, you're going to hear why they need you. Now, what do we do when we hear it? The right answer is to listen. What's the wrong answer? Pounce. Are we pouncing? You are pouncing. We've all pounced. You have to pounce and know that you did it wrong so that you learn how to do it right. You have to be kind of bad at connecting before you can get good at it. Okay, so this is when we pounce. When we hear the reason, we can help them. And this is sometimes why network marketers get a bad rap, because it's all we talk about. Like, people are gonna run from us if that's all we talk about is Isagenix. Try to go to a party and not talk about it. It's so hard. But if you wanna protect your reputation, just try, right? But truthfully, when people know where you're coming from, and you really do start to identify when to talk about it and when not to talk about it, you're gonna have a much different business. Okay, so in the first 5 minutes, someone has given us the reason. I have no energy, or I can't get to the gym, or we want to go on vacation but we don't have the funds, or my car broke down and it's really expensive, or you know, I want to invest in my health but I don't have enough money to do it, right? You hear all these things. Trust me, first 5 minutes. So here's my response. Listen first. That was the best answer coming from over here. Listen first. Engage more in that reason. Okay, engage, tell me about that. Tell me about not getting to the gym. Why? Maybe it's because they don't have a babysitter, because they can't afford a babysitter. They're building their own case bigger for what you have the more you talk. Ask questions to get to the root of what that is. Get them talking. Do you feel the connection really coming? And now an introduction of Isagenix might not be weird, because you're actually being really sincere about this conversation. You need to know that the result and what we're trying to get out of this. I think Dr. Paul said it last night. This is my favorite saying. In the first 5 minutes, when I don't pounce and I do listen and I do ask questions, this is how I answer it. That's what I do for a living. You're gonna use it this week. So on an airplane one time going to NYKO, I had someone on the plane. Within 5 minutes, he told me he was doing a fast. It was the Daniel fast out of the Bible. And I wanted to pounce. But instead, I asked him about it. What was motivating him to do that fast? Is he doing it with a group of people, right? I had a 2-hour plane ride. I couldn't pounce right away, because if he said no, I would have felt like a total jerk. So we started to talk about it. He wanted to lose 100 pounds. He talked about the struggle with it and how long it was, right? And I'm thinking, oh, 48 hours, right? All that's going on in my head. It was probably at least 15 or 20 minutes into the conversation before I said that. That's what I do for a living. He already trusted me, right? Is that powerful? We already established like a friendship and a connection. I asked him questions about himself, right? You know I enrolled him on a president pack on that plane. I gave him, what did I give him when I said that's what I do for a living? I gave him hope. What else? Confidence. Was I going to let him down? It's my profession. I'm not going to let him fail, right? And then when I enroll somebody and I make them feel like I'm not going to let him fail, I don't let him fail. Okay? Here's another saying. I stole this from someone else. I have a solution for that. So take whichever one you're more comfortable with and use it. But if you let someone know you are a professional at what they need help with, they know that they just found an answer. So I'm a professional at helping people gain more energy. I'm a professional at helping people sleep better. I'm a professional at helping people earn more income so they can go on vacation with their family wherever they want. Does that work? Would you trust me? Good, because it's me. You're just saying that. All right. How about written? Because this is what most of us are doing. Would you agree? Are most of us connecting written? If you're not comfortable face-to-face yet, go with this one. For a little bit, you're going to get better and better and better at this. And you know what? You're going to lose a lot of people before you get it right. It's okay to lose people. Jennifer, we've lost a lot of people. And we know exactly what we say wrong when we say it wrong. We're like, oh, I just lost him. You know exactly when it happens. And then you get better at just walking away and saying, I'll try again in 6 months. Right? So you do get better at this. When you're writing, and I'm going to show you how this looks, the power of 3. Anytime you're doing anything, write it in steps of 3. 3 is powerful. That's all you need. 3, 3, 3. Over and over again. 3. When you're posting on Facebook, 3 hashtags. You don't need 12. 3. 3 is better. You'll see why at the end. Okay? Reconnect or compliment. This is number 1. So you're just connecting. Sincere. I'm going to show you how it looks. State your intention. Most people know you're coming after them for isogenics when you reach out, don't they? Okay, so go ahead and say it. You don't have to hide behind it. Now, some people don't say it right away, and that's okay. Some people only start with number 1 until the conversation picks up. Depends on how long it's been since you spoke to them. It depends on a lot of things. Okay, you're just reconnecting. So sometimes just start with number 1. But if you're ready to go after somebody, because you're in one of those days where you're fired up, like when you leave here, use all 3 steps, okay? State your intention. I'll show you how it looks. And then go for the no. Have you guys heard of this? Go for the no? Some of the salespeople have heard of it. When you go for the no, you're actually giving them a statement that allows them to say no. Why do you think you do that? Good. I've never heard that. She said you're giving them the choice. You're making them feel like they're the ones who get to make the choice. What else? You need them to embrace the solution. That's good. Who else? Do you think that they're more likely to respond to you and not feel like you're selling them something if you give them a chance to say no? What do most people say at first? No. So you already know that. You're telling them it's okay to say no, because most of them say no anyway. Be okay with that. Embrace the no, right? Do you love Jimmy Smith saying, the yeses build your business and the no's build your character? Is that awesome? My character's been built. Right, Jennifer? All right. This is how it looks when you're connecting. So number 1, right? These are some examples. You look amazing. What are you up to? Your kids are beautiful. Great to see your family so happy. Been thinking about you a lot lately, and I figured I would reach out. Is that easy? That's simple. Take a picture. Use it later. Copy and paste. I'll send you my slides. All right, I'm gonna move forward. Take a picture. Guys, how easy is it to say, I've been thinking about you a lot lately and figured you'd reach out? Is that the truth? Yeah, because you're thinking about people right now you haven't reached out to, but you're gonna reach out to them after today because you're feeling more confident. Okay, this is the right time to do it. I want you to use, that's why we put this segment in, because we want you to use it today. State your intention. Here's some examples. I love this, I stole it. I've been thinking about you lately for an opportunity that caught my attention. Do you love that? Does that create curiosity? Something caught my attention, and I've been thinking about you. That's simple. Okay, you would be awesome at my business. Is that stating an intention? Guys, if you give anyone a compliment like that, even if they're not interested, they're gonna be like, well, sure I would be, what is it? I believe you would absolutely love to use this product line, given I see you on Facebook, you're at the gym all the time, you're always out for a run, you are complaining about your weight, you know, whatever. Make it real, make it authentic for that person. Go for the no. I'd love to hear if this is a good time for you. Is that easy? You're not doing it. So start doing it today and see if you get a different response. Because now you're engaging in the connecting process. You're not selling. This is connecting. It's starting a conversation, and I'm gonna give you my favorite tips. I like this one too at the bottom. Is now a good time in your life to see some information? They can say no. You've already started the connection, right? Or they can say, it actually is a good time, but I can't see you till next week, right? Who knows? Good, they're on your list now. Hey, let me tell you why, because I want to talk to you about my favorite tips. So here's what it looks like. I'm not going near those speakers. I do not mean to ignore you guys in the front, but those speakers scare me. Great to see you last weekend. It's really small font, sorry about that. Awesome catching up with you. I've been thinking about you lately, about our conversation, and I think you would be amazing at my business. You said you were busy with work this week, but do you have any interest in meeting for coffee next week? Maybe I can send you some information. Okay, I always try to say that. Maybe I can send you some information. Are you interested in seeing some information? They might say no, but guys, is it better to get a no with a response than to get nothing? Are you getting ignored like I am? Oh, I get ignored a lot. I have a woman in my business who went 5-star in 12 months, who did not answer my PM for 3 days shy of 1 year. You know how you can tell when they read it? Your Facebook private message? I sent it at 9:47 a.m. She read it at 9:48 and did not respond for 3 days shy of a year. But you know what her response was that third day shy of a year? I'm so sorry I never replied to you. That was so rude of me. I thought you wanted me to sell something. But I need to make $96 a month for my Down syndrome son's therapy, or I have to go back to work. Can I make $96 a month? I laughed, actually. I told her it was okay that she didn't get back to me. I realized that I didn't ever follow up with her because my business took off. I forgot I reached out to her. Is that awesome? That's a good day when you forget who you reached out to already, and when you haven't followed up in a year because you forgot. That's a really good day. That day's coming if you don't stop. I promise, that'll happen. She texted me a year later and she said, I called you for $96 a month. Here's my comp statement for the month. She made $25,000 by April. Her name is Adrienne Donovan. You'll hear about her. So anyway, I always end with my realness. I'm just real authentic. Can't wait to see you and your awesomeness, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So that's how it looks. Can you guys do that? Can you copy and paste that like 100 or 200 times today and send it out? Yeah, you can. It just, if you want to, you will. If you don't want to, you won't. Here are my favorite tips, and I want to close. If we have a little bit of time, I want to talk about the objections that you get. When you get objections, what's an objection? Costs too much. Okay, I want to talk about that if we have time. I'm not looking at the iPad because I don't want to know how much time I have because that scares me. All right, here are my favorite tips. I have 2 slides on favorite tips. The average person takes 6 touches. If you know that the average person is not going to enroll with you till you've had 6 different interactions, are you going to act differently the first time you reach out? Heck yeah, you're not going to try to sell them right there. Don't we see people or meet them and we already picture them on our tree? Right? We're like, ooh, minor leg. You haven't even mentioned Isagenix yet, but you're like, they're going to go on my leg and they have a brother and sister and they're going to enroll them on the left and right and they're going to go consult it. And then I'm going to be a manager. I need this person. This is when you start getting weird. Right? Because you're thinking of everything you need to say. You haven't mentioned Isagenix yet, but you already know they're a consultant in your organization on the right, and you're going to cycle 3 times. You know what I'm talking about. You're going to touch them differently the first time, knowing that it takes time. There's a delay. After you reach out and touch someone the first time, there's a delay to when they come in your business, agree? Some people say yes the first time. We just get really excited and lucky, right, when that happens, and we kind of freak out, like, did you just say yes? Right? It's a good thing if you feel that way. Did you just say yes? All right, touch, go, touch, go, touch, go. It's a numbers game. Somebody said earlier, touch and go, touch and go, touch and go, touch. If you touch 200 people, you're going to enroll people. If you touch 5, you might not get one. Keep touching people and finding people who want it. We're only looking for people who want it, and then we help them become successful. Okay, I skipped the last one. I forget what it was. Oh, we're just sifting for interest. Okay, let's talk about duplication quickly. Less is best. The less you say, the more simply it is perceived, this business. The less time it consumes, the more it duplicates. Does that make sense? The less you say, the more it duplicates. If you write a 2-page email the first time you reach out to someone, that's not going to duplicate well. People don't have time, so, and you don't either. So send them a tool. Send them the power of 3. That's going to duplicate because other people realize they can do that too. They can send isamovie.com. They can send a 3-sentence text message, right? But if you give too much in the beginning, it's not going to duplicate well. Okay, that's a big tip. So as you keep connecting, you'll hear that. Belief. Is your belief really high right now? The best time, coming from Isagenix Millionaire Mouth, Jennifer Trainer, and myself, the best time to enroll people is when you don't know a lot. It's better to enroll people when you don't know a lot of information because you're coming from a place of sincere enthusiasm and sincere belief. And I've had more people join my business that say, you're just so damn excited about it, I'm gonna join you. I don't know what you're talking about. Enthusiasm is best. Your belief is your most powerful tool of influence. So don't give up on your belief because people can see right through that, right? Okay, so today I want you guys to reach out. Can you do this for me? And don't say yes unless you really mean it. Can you reach out to 50 people today? Yes. Of course Ken will. Guys, 50. I'm gonna tell you, you really need to reach out to 200. I'm only asking for 50. And guess what? You're not even on my team. I'm telling you to go reach out to a lot of people I probably want to enroll. I'm giving you permission. Go touch them, because if you touch them, you're going to get them. Whether it's today or a month from now or 3 months from now. Agree? Okay, love it. I know we have to move on because we were behind on the agenda. Overcoming objections, maybe we could do later if we have time. You want to do that instead? Okay, you guys good with connecting? Do we feel a little more empowered? Yeah? Can you do it? Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me. You are beautiful people. You're so much fun, and I thought you were going to be really southern, so I wore my boots. And you're totally normal. That's the truth. Okay, I love you. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you, Jessica. Ooh. Jessica Johnston, everybody, give it up, give it up.